John?
What?
Times have changed.
Greg, have they changed?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I don't know. But there's a new Blade Runner, and there's a Time to Live featurette released by Warner Brothers.
Oh boy. I love Warner Brothers sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're a very sometimes company.
Yeah, all of them are. Except for maybe like A24.
And Blumhouse.
And Blumhouse, yeah. Hey, we
No?
Yeah, definitely.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the
Humphrey
place.
Bogart.
Yeah. Old big eyes.
Make it one for my baby. One more for the road.
They come though.
I had your job once. I was good at it.
I know.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions.
What a fight.
The story, the themes, the stunning visual environments.
Is this dialogue or
It
Harrison?
was a pleasure getting back to the world of Blade Runner again.
Definitely dialogue.
Where are we going?
Home.
Prometheus?
When I directed the original Blade Runner 35 years ago, I could never have imagined how iconic it would still be.
Covenant.
I have massive respect for the world that Ridley Scott created. Blade Runner revolutionized the way we view science fiction.
Totes.
When I heard that Ridley was continuing the narrative, I was already invested. I already wanted to know what happened next.
I think it's kind of fun to play a character 30 years later.
We knew.
Used to trying on old clothes. Happily, they still fit.
There's a smile.
From
Damn.
the cinematography to the script to
Wow.
working with Denis and Ridley, Roger, Harrison, Ryan.
Deeks!
I just feel really lucky just to be on the team.
Jackets in this movie.
I've
Wow.
never felt that much pressure on my shoulders thinking that Ridley Scott will see this movie. I've never worked on a film with so many sets and different lighting patterns. Technically, it's quite challenging.
You
They
got
created
this.
this incredible world where there was a living, breathing universe.
Designing this was like walking on a knife's edge, riding the line between the original film and what we're doing now.
Dude, it looks just like it.
It's not just a retcon
Nice.
of the first film. We're marrying the familiar with slightly divergent in order to give ourselves an identity.
Crossover with
Trying to
Divergent.
keep the visual effects very reality-based and grounded. People should look at it and go, wow, this is a beautiful shot. How did they get it?
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet.
The first movie was always meant to be a standalone film, but there's always more to tell than the 2 hours would allow.
Yeah.
Making something special.
He's really proving that with Alien.
Definitely. I believe Ridley Scott when he
Very
says things like
grounded, realistic extension of the original.
It's good to be home again.
Who'd you bring?
No one.
You know you're here.
Whoa. Ah.
This is impossible.
Man, I'd be so surprised if this movie is not good.
This, yeah, I mean, this movie looks so cool.
It's one of those rare sequels that, like, when you just see the imagery, know who's behind it, know who's in front of the camera, and seeing that Ridley Scott was on set for a lot of it. Because I didn't know if he was one of those people who just put his name on it,
Yeah.
or if he was actually involved. Like, yeah, I'll show up on set and I'll be involved in the creative process. Knowing he's involved in the creative process, but not actually directing. is a little reassuring in some ways.
Yeah.
After saying like Prometheus and Covenant.
Well, and it's clear through watching those movies that this is the place he really wants to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, even his involvement makes me feel a little bit better about this movie.
Yeah.
Because this movie seems like it's much more in line with the ideas he's interested in.
Oh,
so
totally.
I imagine his feedback could probably be pretty good.
Listening to the art director talking about blending the style with honoring the original and then also a hybrid of their own take as well.
Oh yeah,
like when he said that, that's like, yeah, that's exactly what
exactly
I picked up
what
on.
This looks like.
Yeah.
It's just a 30 years
You know?
updated version of the world.
Because the most disappointing thing is when you hear
LA.
like filmmakers say what they want to do or intend, and then you like see trailers or see the movie itself, like The Mummy, and then you're like, this ain't nothing like what they said they wanted to do.
It's exactly the opposite of what you said you wanted to do.
But everything they're saying they want to do, it looks like they're going to honor it. And
Oh, yeah.
I think like 9 times out of 10, we're right. When we watch trailers, and as much comments as we get of like, oh, you can't really judge it until you see the movie, yes, that is technically very much true. However, with that being said, I feel like a lot of the time, our predictions, if we think a movie is actually going to live up to it or be good or whatever, we tend to be right.
We've done this enough times now
Yeah,
to where like we could make a decent prediction, I think.
And I feel like this movie will be good. I love how we're still not getting details on the story. We don't need details on the story. Okay, there's some mission that Gosling's going on, and then he needs Harrison Ford's help at some point in the movie. Jared Leto looks like the bad guy. Now, I'm okay with just knowing that. All the important details to the plot, I don't need to know any more of that.
Nah, Greg, I need 3 more trailers, maybe like 5 more clips. I want a full Spider-Man job on this movie. I want to see it before I even see it. That's what I want. Even more so than just with the trailers. It's like seeing everybody they have involved with this is what gives me the most confidence.
Yeah.
It's like the combination of the images that look amazing and just, you know, you've got Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling and Denis Villeneuve and Roger Deakins,
man.
The Deeks!
Deakins.
Like, it's a tremendous team they've assembled, and I would be very surprised if this didn't work out.
And Deakins and Denis have worked together before as well. It seems like a camaraderie style of a team assembled together that knows exactly what they want to do, what they want to live up to. Because Blade Runner is one of the most influential sci-fi films in cinematic history.
Yeah. This feels like an authentic, I get a very authentic vibe off of this. It doesn't feel like, oh, let's make a sequel. It seems like everyone's really invested, and it seems like there's stuff you could do 30 years later with a story like Blade Runner, especially with the advances in not only just technology, but also artificial intelligence that we keep hearing about and stuff.
Because, you know, it's oftentimes when you do these revisiting a world decades later in cinema, or worse if you do a prequel and the technology is way better.
Yeah.
Prometheus, Star Wars.
The Hobbit.
Yeah. I'm like, why is everything so much better?
Why does everyone have more abilities than they will in the future?
Because this even takes place later on in the timeline of Blade Runner, so you could get even crazier with its special effects, but they didn't go overboard with it. Just from the, it's like, this looks like Blade Runner.
Yeah, this looks like a while into the future. You
Yeah.
know? And that's, I mean, that's part of the charm of the original one too, is the perfect blend of like a heady, you know, story, but with all that film noir style, and yeah, a future that looks really alien in comparison to our own world, but still looks plausible sometime, you know?
I'm wondering what messages or metaphors or themes they're looking to explore there too, because I think Blade Runner was a good one-off because he was saying like it was meant to be a standalone film. And this is that film that I think you can continue as well, because there's 3 cuts of Blade Runner for a reason.
Yeah, totally. Well, and
because it is obvious that Ridley Scott's like, it's just not it yet.
I don't know. There's just one more pass and it'll be right. I promise you guys. And also, I mean, Denis Villeneuve, if he wasn't making this, he would be making a Blade Runner sometime soon. I feel like he's the choice.
Because we said it in our last trailer review that we saw the Blade Runner movie the day before we saw that trailer. We were like, yeah, this looks like Denis Villeneuve directed Blade Runner. Yeah,
this looks like exactly made for your style, my friend. Go nuts.
We did get a shot of who's the actor who plays Morgan from The Walking Dead. You know his name?
Oh no, but I love that guy. At least in the few places I've seen him.
He's a tremendous actor. He's a damn good actor, and they showed like a brief image of him here. I didn't even know he was involved in the film.
Nope.
But I hope he gets some good screen time as well, because when you tease an actor like that, I hate when you tease like a TV actor in a movie and they like don't do anything.
Yeah, they're in one scene and it's not very important. I definitely hope he's got a chance to shine, because he's always a treat, especially on The Walking Dead. He's always a treat. Every so often they'll give you one episode that's just all about him, and those are usually some of my favorites. favorites.
And I love just how Harrison Ford keeps returning to his older characters, but I think he does it in a better fashion than if Arnold and Stallone does it. I mean, actually, Rocky films have been pretty damn good with Stallone's return.
There's something about Harrison Ford to me now that's funny, because it's like in the first time they cut to him just sort of talking to the camera in the little interview portion, I was like, he looks just like a grumpy bowl of oatmeal, like he always does to me, just like kind of... But I don't know, there's something about the more times I've seen him return to his older stuff, you know, it seems like he really shows up for these things. And like Blade Runner is a movie that I don't think he would phone.
Now we gotta do Witness.
Yeah, Witness 2!
Witnessed.
The Witness.
The Witness.
Witnesses.
Yeah.
John Book is back.
You get a younger actor to be in the movie.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And the new hotshot Chris Pamphlet.
You were once a witness. We need you back.
We need you back. More people have been killed at the train station. In the train station bathroom. Movie Trivia Showdown!
You know, as much as this is a sequel film and a film done for fans as well, I could see this film, at least on the production value side. I mean, think of like Fury Road. I could see this film on the production side getting Oscar consideration, at least for Roger Deakins' cinematography or for the art direction. You know?
Oh yeah, if this isn't nominated at very least for some kind of technical award, I would be surprised, because just like that was the awe factor alone of the very first trailer we saw. It was just like, oh my god!
Because it's coming out in October. Blade Runner is not a horror film, but there are these unsettling elements and tone to Blade Runner that you could see being an October release.
Well, this is actually set during Halloween, so Ryan Gosling's trying to find him so they can go trick-or-treating together, because like he's his son and like he was never there for him, so he's like, damn, it's about time. You know, I can't do a Ryan Gosling impression.
These are great predictions.
Totally good predictions. Well, because it's so vague, I don't know.
Well, guys, thanks for sending that our way. You can subscribe to The Real Rejects. You can click that notification bell. You can follow John Humphrey on @JohnHumphrey on Twitter and Instagram. And you can check him out on Blumhouse.com. He's not on there, but he's a social media manager for it. Last but not least, check out our exclusive porks. And
check out our exclusive
Weirds at patreon.com/TheRealRejects. Having a lot of shit ton of fun over popping it there.
Yeah, and if you want to, hey, if you're looking for some new duds for the summertime, head on over to our Spreadshirt store. Get yourself a Real Rejects tee or a phone case or something. That's new. And watch Blade Runner 2049.